How's it going, everyone? Landon with LMR.com. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at these Ford Performance GT350 axle shafts and talk a little bit about how they are a budget-friendly upgrade for the 2015 to 2018 V6, Ecoboost, and GT Mustangs. These particular half shafts were standard issue equipment in the GT350 Mustangs and have since become a popular upgrade for the V6, Ecoboost, and GT Mustangs. Now, out of the box, these half shafts will arrive pre-assembled. That means no extra modification or prep work is needed to install them into your car. Now, the reason why these have become a popular upgrade amongst V6, Ecoboost, and GT owners is the fact of their lower price point compared to other axle shafts in the category. While these will not hold as much power, they will handle naturally aspirated builds on 5 liters, naturally aspirated V6 builds and mild boost applications, and of course, Ecoboosts with mild bolt-ons. One of the key differences between these GT350 axle shafts and an axle shaft found in a factory application is that the left-hand side, or the driver's side, is a tad larger in overall diameter. In terms of the overall construction of these axle shafts compared to a factory axle shaft found in the V6, Ecoboost, or GT, these shafts are going to be a little bit more heavy duty. We are going to be installing a set of these axle shafts into our 2018 Mustang GT. In terms of overall weight differences between these axle shafts and a factory axle shaft, we combine the two on a scale, and the factory axle shafts weighed in at approximately 42 pounds, whereas these GT350 axle shafts tip the scale at about 46.5. Again, guys, this is a value-priced, budget-friendly upgrade when comparing them to other axle shafts in the category. No, they won't handle the amount of power that the other axle shafts will, but keep in mind the overall price point of these particular axle shafts. They are a direct upgrade replacement, so no modifications are required to the car to get them to fit. For those of you that are going to be doing the work yourself as well, and you need to know how to remove the factory axle shafts, be sure and reference our video. That can be found in the video description. With the new axle shaft on a workbench, apply gear oil to the end of the shaft that will be installed into the rear end. This is the side with the C-clip. Clean the seal and lubricate with fresh gear oil. Install the axle shaft into the rear end housing. Ensure that it fully seats. Clean the splines on the hub assembly with brake clean and a wire brush. Apply anti-seize to the splines. Reinstall the knuckle and hub assembly onto the new axle shaft. Align the upper control arm with the knuckle and reinstall the bolt to hold it in place. Reinstall the nut. Align the vertical link with the knuckle and reinstall the bolt. Reinstall the knuckle to lower control arm bolt. Reinstall the knuckle to toe link bolt. At this time, you can snug down all of the hardware. Torque the lower control arm to knuckle bolt to 203 pound-feet. Torque the toe link to knuckle bolt to 129 pound-feet. Torque the vertical link to lower control arm bolt to 129 pound-feet. Torque the vertical link to knuckle bolt to 76 pound-feet. Torque the upper control arm to knuckle bolt to 76 pound-feet. Reinstall the wheel speed sensor and torque this little bolt to 80 inch-pounds. Apply blue thread locking compound to the knuckle to axle shaft retaining nut. Thread the nut onto the axle shaft. Position a pry bar in between the studs to keep the hub assembly from rotating. Torque this nut to 98 pound-feet. Rotate an additional 45 degrees. Reinstall the backing plate and its associated hardware. Apply anti-seize to the face of the hub. Reinstall the brake rotor and hold it in place with the spacer and lug nut. Cut the zip tie securing the brake caliper. Position the caliper over the rotor. Reinstall the 2 retaining bolts. Torque each bolt to 85 pound-feet. Position the parking brake cable bracket onto the knuckle. Reinstall the bolt and torque to 177 inch-pounds. Reinstall the rubber grommet. Reinstall the brake hose bracket onto the sway bar end link. This bolt torques to 177 inch-pounds. Remove the lug nut and spacer. Apply anti-seize to the face of the rotor. At this time, you can repeat these same steps for the other side. Reinstall the wheels and the lug nuts. Get the car on the ground and torque the lug nuts in a crisscross pattern to 150 pound-feet. Take the car for a test drive, and then you're all finished. All right, guys, wrapping up the install. For the most part, if you have a little bit of mechanical knowledge, these are pretty straightforward. Of course, for those of you that are looking to upgrade to these axle shafts but aren't too comfortable with doing the install yourself, feel free to reach out to a trustworthy local speed shop. To see more how-to and review videos covering industry-leading products, be sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel, like this video, and don't forget to turn on notifications. While you're at it, be sure and check out our other videos, and don't forget to shop lmr.com for all things 1979 to present Mustang, and of course, SVT Life.